Right, so I like to sometimes see real life moments, and sometimes they just give me some sort of clarity. And yesterday, exactly that happened. Basically, I went to ice skate for like the second time in my life. The first time was maybe about 2 to 3 years ago. Actually, no, the first time was probably about nearly 4 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. Every time when I would go try to do it by myself, I'd go next to the barriers and just hold the ring, and go all the way around all the time. I'd always hold on. This time I went again yesterday for like the first 10, 15 minutes to say. I was holding the barrier, and I was trying to balance myself, trying to understand how to actually do this. It's actually quite hard. But I was just trying, and it was kind of like an internal fear that like if I let go, I would fall down and I would embarrass myself in front of so many people, or I would get hurt. I mean, both of them, I guess, at the same time. I think the main fear was just embarrassment, obviously, as well as getting hurt, but mainly the embarrassment was clearly the biggest fear I had. And I was just holding on, and also another friend of mine was also with me, and they were ice skating for the first time, and you know, not even 10 minutes later, they perfectly did it. Like they were just doing it by themselves normally. Kind of shocked because, like, how have they managed to do that so quickly for the first time? This is my second time. And then they just said to me, like, you gotta basically let go of the fear and just go for it. And just dive straight into the deep end. And I'm not gonna lie, I did that. And I started to skate. It was very shaky. There were moments where I was like, oh my god, am I gonna fall? Like I was leaning backwards. My legs were kind of like splitting out. Like it was definitely nerve wracking because there were so many people and I didn't want to embarrass myself. And yeah, I just did it. Like just did it, and then I started skating. And I mean, I wasn't good, but I started skating, and I think that's the key takeaway. It's genuinely whatever it is, just go for it. Just forget what other people think and forget what or if you were gonna get hurt or whatever in that situation. Just go for it, because if you want it enough, then just. I mean, the best way to learn is to be in those uncomfortable situations and to make mistakes. That's the best way to learn, because that's the only way you can grow. And I know this is an ice skating example, but this was a real life example that happened to me yesterday. And it kind of hit me, like, when I think about it, like, I could have spent the whole session, the whole 1 hour, just holding on to barriers and trying to, maybe go off for a few seconds and come back, but mainly just holding on. But I didn't. That was what I did 3 years ago when I was holding on. And, when you hold on to something so comfortable, then you're not going to see progress. But because I let go and I started to slowly learn, I did fall down once, but I got back up and no one remembered, and we just kept going. We kept going, and eventually, like, I managed to ice skate by myself for a decent period of time, and I think that personally gave me a lot of joy and satisfaction. But I just think that's the key message. It's just to like go for it, like whatever it is. Forget what other people think. Forget your initial fears. Just dive straight into the deep end, and you will learn eventually how to swim.